meeting to order. Thank you all for being here this evening. All of our aldermen are present. I want to thank everybody for being here. At this time, I'd like to recognize Pastor Brooks, who will pray for us, and then Mr. Powell, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. If you please stand.
May we all bow. Our Father, which art in heaven, we come this evening with a bowed head and humble heart, always first to say thank you for another day's journey. Right now, Father, we ask that you be a part of these proceedings that take place tonight. And Father, bless these, the mayor and the aldermen, and all those that are here in this room tonight, that we all be blessed, and then in being this new year, that we all be prosperous, both financial, health-wise, in every way that thou will bless us to be. And let this city of Bluffstack be a city of love, peace, joy, and happiness. And we ask it all in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Attention, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Thank you. All right, at this time, we'll go to item number 3A, and that is the introduction and swearing in of Kane Dearman, our planning and zoning director. Dearman? You would just step here, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. I, Kane Dearman,
I, Ken Gilman,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully support
that I will faithfully support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of Mississippi,
the Constitution of the State of Mississippi,
and obey the laws thereof,
and obey the laws thereof,
that I am not disqualified
that I'm not disqualified
from holding the office
from holding the office
of Planning and Zoning Director
of Planning and Zoning Director
for the City of
for the
Bluffstack,
City of Bluffstack,
that I will faithfully discharge the duties
that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office
upon
which I am about to enter.
which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Mike, you want to get in here?
Yeah, let's get one. I got more to gain than anybody. Like to have one foot out the door.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Chief Hale, item 3B.
Good evening, everyone. Mayor Board, thank you for doing this more. Mayor, as you know, I love to recognize the guys that do such an outstanding job day in and day out. I'm not the one that makes this city and department look good. It's everybody who works behind me that makes me look good. And I've got a few awards I'd like to give. The first one being Officer of the Quarter. Bluffstack Police Department is proud to recognize Sergeant Tyree Lucas as Officer of the Quarter for the fourth quarter of 2025. Sergeant, I ain't done yet. Sergeant Lucas has consistently demonstrated outstanding dedication and commitment to his department. During a period when the agency has faced shortage of 2 officers, Sergeant Lucas has repeatedly stepped up and volunteered to cover shifts, doing so willingly and without complaint, ensuring that continued safety and service of our community. In addition to working his assigned patrol shifts and assisting with shift coverage, Sergeant Lucas also serves as the department's bailiff twice a month, whenever court is in session. So Beyond these responsibilities, he continues to find time to work the traffic safety grant, focusing on high traffic areas and promoting roadway safety, one citation at a time. Through his reliability, work ethic, and selfless service, Sergeant Lucas exemplifies the values of the Gluckstadt Police Department. It is with great pride that we recognize Sergeant Lucas as our Officer of the Quarter for the fourth quarter of 2025. We have a nice certificate. And of course, the reason why they want to do it is the goodies that come with it. He gets a Guns and Gear gift card for $150, a Southern Connection gift card for $50, Twisted Turnip $50, El Ranchito $50, Zip Outdoors $50, and Fuel Time for $100. He takes up most of the
Thank you.
All right, secondly, Mayor, I want to recognize, this is a new award, our Public Safety Dispatcher of the Year, 2025. Since joining the Gluckstadt Police Department Dispatch Center this past year, Jamiria Vaughns has demonstrated tremendous growth in her dispatching skills and continues to progress every day. She consistently maintains a positive attitude and goes above and beyond her job duties. When Jamiria was first hired, she had not yet obtained her dispatcher certification. Through dedication and hard work, she recently earned her certification and has continued to excel in her role. She has performed exceptionally well during several chaotic and high-stress situations, including a pursuit that extended into county. Although the outcome was not what we had hoped for, Jamiria remained calm, cool, and collected throughout the incident and effectively provided the critical support needed by officers on scene. Jamiria has also played a vital role in helping cover shifts during a period when our dispatch was short one dispatcher. She stepped up without hesitation to ensure operations continued smoothly, and officers had the support they needed. The Gluckstadt Police Department is proud to recognize Jamiria for her dedication, professionalism, and commitment to public safety. Officer Dispatch of the Year. Here's your certificates and your goodies. Let me see that. Her goodies are, she got a Fuel Time gift card for 100, Sullivan's for 50, Twisted Turnip for 50, El Ranchito for 50, and Honey Baked Hams for 140. Go get you some ham. And last but not least, our 2025 Police Officer of the Year. Oh, I want to say this too, Mayor. The Officer of the Year and Dispatcher of the Year were voted on by coworkers, by their peers. This year, Lieutenant David Popman has demonstrated exceptional dedication, professionalism, and integrity during his service with the Gluckstadt Police Department. Lieutenant Popman played an instrumental role in helping establish our police communications dispatch center and was vital in the implementation of our new records management system, which he continues to maintain and oversee, which is a headache in itself. His behind-the-scenes work has been critical to daily operations and long-term success of our department. Lieutenant Popman consistently goes above and beyond in assisting officers with questions and technical issues, often working from home at all hours of the day and night to ensure problems are resolved and operations continue smoothly. He exemplifies true leadership by setting a positive example for his peers, maintaining a strong relationship within our community, and upholding the highest ethical standards expected of law enforcement professionals. It's with great pleasure that I announce Lieutenant David Popman as our 2025 Officer of the Year for the Gluckstadt Police Department. Congratulations for your outstanding services. And now his goodies. Y'all just don't know, y'all have to share at least one with me. I'm the chief. Let me tell y'all what he got, and then I'm gonna get it. He got Southern Connection, gave him a $300 gift card. Guns and Gear, $250. Sip Outdoors, $50. El Ranchito, $50, and Twisted Turner, $50. Thanks, everybody. Congratulations. And last but not least, I'm sorry, I want to make sure all of our sponsors know that we appreciate them.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to add. You know, when you see these officers out on the street, be sure and give them a kind word and thank them for what they do. Also, these sponsors are really coming up to provide a lot of benefits to these people that they don't have to do. That's just something they voluntarily do. So frequent their businesses and thank them too. All right, item 3E, Mr. Buckner.
Good evening, board. Here recently with Ms. Sheila Span with the Mayor's Health Council, we have gotten together a blood drive. Blood drive will be a benefit for Kelly Thomas, which is my sister. She had a liver transplant in November. She's been in the hospital ICU since October 23rd, I believe it is. She's had close to 32 bags of blood along with plasma and cryo. Her blood just does not clot properly, so they've been having to do central lines, which kind of constantly leak. She's had some good news recently. Yesterday, she got moved to Methodist Rehab after 3 tries. So hopefully we'll be getting a lot more progress, but this will be to refill the blood bank from all the blood that has been taken out. And Mississippi Blood Services has been generous enough to give a stash for my sister in case she has to have any more surgeries. There's a possibility she might have to have a kidney transplant on top of it. But anybody that can come out and donate just to refill the blood bank, we really appreciate it. If anybody would like to donate for Kelly, they can use her name, and they should know the code at the drive, and they can use that, and it will give some credits towards my parents' medical bills if they can get it done. But we're just really trying to refill what's been taken out, just to try to give back what everybody else has helped us give. But this will be on January 28th from 12 to 4. People can donate at any time. They can go to Mississippi Blood Services, any other drive. If they'd like to donate for Kelly, all they have to do is mention her name, and they should be able to find her code to be able to donate there. So we appreciate all the blood that we can get, and we appreciate the support of the community also. And thank you again to Sheila Span for getting this going.
All right. Good luck. Hope everybody comes out. We're gonna put that on social media. Right? Okay. Item 4, the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Sorry.
Ms. Page. Made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Taylor, second. All in favor? I need you. Got to train my ear every time to know where I am. All right, budget reports are items 5A and 5B. Are there any questions about the budget reports and bank reconciliations? Item number 6A, request for funding for the Gluckstadt Police Department. You guys will all see this is the request that we receive from the fire department every year for $60,000. That is the amount that we put in our budget to make every year. Any questions, comments about that request?
And Chief Davis wanted to thank you guys. He couldn't be here tonight. So.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Is that what y'all typically give every year?
I don't know that it's what we've done every year, but it's what we've done the last couple of years.
That's
I
correct.
think we started at 30 and then we progressed to 60. And we've done 60 at least once, maybe twice.
This will be the second year.
This will be the second
Yes,
60. Okay. And that's the amount that we have in our budget.
And you know how much we, on our village that we pay for the fire department, you know how much comes from Gluckstadt? Do we have,
I don't have it right off the top of my head. I believe it's like quarter.
It's a quarter of a mil.
Yeah.
Isn't that what the fire district millage
I
is?
think Harry Miniger.
it's 10
No.
mil. Fire district.
I think that was the intent, was that it was the equal in dollar signs to a quarter of a mil is what we did.
Right.
Yeah.
But do we, I mean, the citizens of Gluckstadt, we pay 10 mil.
Oh, you're talking about your total millage?
Yeah,
Well, you're talking about 10 to the fire district?
yes.
Yeah, the fire district has its own taxable, yeah, that's right. You do pay, anybody who lives inside the fire district, which is 3 times the size of the city of Gluckstadt, pays 10 mils. And then on top of that, because of the partnership between the city and the board of commissioners, the fire district, the board has pledged the equal amount of a quarter of mils to support the fire district.
And then we also do the 60 every, or the second year.
At the will of the board, yes, sir.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
I mean, can we find out how much the city of Gluckstadt actually, on my millage that we pay the fire district?
You mean the citizens?
Yes.
That's a calculable number. I don't have it, but I can find it out and get an email to you.
I'd just like to know.
Yes.
I believe it's
I
a
mean-
quarter. Tim Young wrote this.
He's looking for $1.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
talking about are you talking about what the fire department receives?
yes. Yes, from the actually citizens, that we pay the 10 mil every year.
Yeah,
I'm
that's.
just curious as to how much, and I can call Chief Davis. I mean, we can, yeah, I'm sure he should know.
They've got it, obviously, their total number. Whether or not they have got it, a subset of it that's just the footprint that overlaps with the city limits, I'm not sure about, but it's achievable to calculate that. I just don't have it right now.
Okay.
Might take a little work though. But
All right, is there a motion then to approve the $60,000 appropriation to the South Madison County Fire?
make the motion.
Mr. Taylor made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Williams, seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, item 6B, request for approval of an ad valorem exemption from sand plow, 3/4 miles exemption. Any discussion on this topic?
Yes, sir. I would like, it says on there for 10 years. I would like to not hold the next board over and see it added as 3 years. That's feasible.
Okay, so I take it that you want to make a motion to grant the exemption for 3 years.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's Mr. Powell's motion to grant the exemption for 3 years. Is there a second of that motion?
I'll second.
Mr. Taylor seconded the motion. Any other motions on this particular topic? All right, all in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. Item 6C. All right, so this is the, go ahead, Mr. Butler.
For the board is a, interlocal cooperation agreement with Madison County to approve the county road list that they would like to give us some money, for 2026. They'd like to give us about $708,000, $708,335, in order to pave a certain number of roads within the city. We would like also for the board, we're gonna try to go ahead and knock out Stout Road, Gluckstadt Road, and Lone Wolf Drive. With the money that we have currently, we'll be making a budget amendment coming up at the next meeting. So in order to go and get purchase orders for the rest of them. But for right now, we'd like the board to approve this interlocal agreement to get into a cooperation with, Madison County.
Any questions or comments? Let me tell you, if we didn't have a good relationship with the county, That $708,000 would be zero. All right? And you don't have to just take my word for it. Proof's in the pudding. All right? Is there a motion then to approve this interlocal agreement? Ms. Bates made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Campbell, second. All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. All right, item 7A, discussion of amendments to the fireworks ordinance.
Mayor, the agenda isn't clear, but there's also a public hearing scheduled for tonight for some text amendments to the actual zoning ordinance, as well as a contemplation of the amended fireworks ordinance. So whichever one you want to defer.
We have to have a public hearing on both ordinances?
No,
Or
just the
the
zoning ordinance,
Just the
that's a
zoning
state statute thing.
Okay, so the text amendments to the zoning ordinance have to do with making the sale of fireworks conditional use, part of the conditional
It's already a conditional use under C2 in the zoning ordinance. This text amendment just adds a definition of what a fireworks stand is, as well as add some additional language to the conditional use that carries it over back to the actual, the amended fireworks ordinance. It's a very minor change.
Should we handle that first or handle the fireworks ordinance first? Which one makes you guys happy?
I would probably think, Zach, to do the ordinance, fireworks ordinance first, because then the amendment would logically follow.
Okay. All right, you have then before you the proposed amended fireworks ordinance. And I think we took some comments or input from the board.
Yes, as you'll recall, I circulated a previous fireworks ordinance that the city had adopted before it prohibited the sale of fireworks. The feedback and comments that I got, I talked with Alderman Powell, and he suggested that there's an increase from, it was 2,500 feet between other fireworks stands. We've increased that to 4,000 feet. And that's really the only comments and feedback that I had when it was increasing that distance requirement.
So in essence, we're going back to the prior ordinance with that one exception, that one change?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any questions or comments and discussion about the proposed amended fireworks ordinance?
Yes, sir, I do. Sure. So, first and foremost, I hope that this board and then our future boards, never forget that when we created Gluckstadt, that we set out to create a citizen-driven city, which to me is a city that relies on our citizen input. Too often you can look at, especially federal, if these politicians make votes that don't represent their citizens. So, for me, with any of these hot topic issues, I like to reach out to citizens. I like to get input. Back in 2022, when we approached this the first time, there's I know that I misspoke last time about who the fireworks stand owner was that put out the flyer that had all of our names and email addresses and phone numbers, which I spoke to all the board and everybody, not a single person received a call or email in support of continuing with fireworks in the city of Gluckstadt. The courts proved that, once again, cities do have the right to not allow the sale of fireworks. And as I spoke last time, two things can be true. It can be true that as a city, we do not sell fireworks. And it also can be true as a city that we can allow the shooting of fireworks. Once again, I've reached out to citizens, got input from business owners, local citizens, and the temperature was still that, they like not seeing fireworks stands all up in front of everything and everywhere. As a citizen-driven city and as a representative of the citizens, I'm going to make a motion that we continue with our current ordinance, which does not allow the sale of fireworks in the city of Gluckstadt.
All right, so Mr. Powell's motion would be not to adopt the amended ordinance. Is there a second of that motion?
Second.
Ms. Bates seconded that motion. Are there any other motions to be made with regard to the amended fireworks ordinance? All right, all in favor then of not adopting the amended fireworks ordinance, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Opposed? All right. Did I hear two in support of not adopting?
Me.
Or of not adopting?
Yeah.
All right,
Wait,
of not adopting the ordinance. Mr. Powell,
he wanted to not.
Mr. Bates, I'm sorry, Ms. Bates. Mr. Powell, Ms. Bates voted not to adopt the amended ordinance. Anybody else not to adopt the amended ordinance? All right,
I would make a motion that we accept the ordinance.
all right. Mr. Taylor makes a motion to adopt the amended ordinance. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Williams seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
So I have in support of adopting the ordinance, Alderman Taylor, Alderman Williams, and Alderman Campbell. So the amended fireworks ordinance is adopted 3-2. All right, now on to the amending of the zoning ordinance with the textual amendments. We have to have a public hearing, so I'll open a public hearing now. Anyone here to speak in favor of the proposed amendment to the zoning ordinance? All right, anyone here to speak in opposition to the proposed text amendments to the zoning ordinance? All right, yes, sir? Yes, sir.
Dana Jones, Dallas, Mississippi. We're here at 193 Stone Creek Drive in Madison, which is here in Fletcher.
Okay, sir.
And this is Billy Jones.
Billy Jones and Dana Jones. All right, welcome.
I'm not sure because we missed your last meeting. Are y'all wanting to do buildings? Are you wanting to do tents? What are you wanting to do with fireworks?
Well, we have a proposed amendment to the zoning ordinance. Have you seen that?
No.
Show him the proposed amendment to the zoning ordinance. It defines fireworks stands.
We are fireworks operators. You know, we were in the city of Gluckstadt for 18 years. We were here longer than anyone else. Y'all have disrupted our business and we've moved on from that. You know, it's not fair to y'all go back and forth and limit.
Matter of fact, when y'all actually changed the ordinance, we were the only ones that was actually approved. And then a month or two later, y'all passed another ordinance after we spent thousands of dollars on site plans and stuff to ban it. So like she said, we had moved on. Our biggest question was the buildings.
Are y'all wanting buildings? Are you allowing tents?
Well, you've not reviewed the proposed amended ordinance?
No.
Okay, well, that's probably something that you ought to do. You can see here the proposed new definition of fireworks stands. Take a minute and familiarize yourself with it, then I'll let you speak in opposition to it.
Well, our biggest opposition would be if it's for buildings.
You're not just getting a retail fireworks stand, and I hope you understand that if you do buildings, you're getting a warehouse. And you're getting a warehouse with a very heavy payload.
These are some other places around, other places, you know.
You don't, once you get a building in your community, it is very difficult to get it out.
So let me see if I can summarize what you're saying. You're against the city allowing a building.
Yes, sir. And you should.
Okay. Any other?
Madison County is against that for many other reasons, for example, that I'm showing you.
Your property, adjacent property owners, the insurance, they're gonna cancel. And if they don't cancel, their premiums are going up.
We've had that.
We've been through this before. So your adjacent people, their insurance is gonna go up if they don't cancel altogether. It's not fair to the business owners of Gluckstadt. And we're in the firework business and been in the firework business for 30 years.
So what do you propose? What do you want? A tent?
No, we've kind of
Tents are,
moved on.
we've moved on, but tents are in and out. If you're going to do a tent,
But
with
you also-
very little detrimental to the property owners. Buildings are totally different.
So I'm just trying to make sure that I understand, and hopefully if I can understand,
Sure.
hopefully the board understands as well. They may already understand. You are standing here and speaking in opposition to this proposed ordinance.
Yes, sir.
And what I want to understand is you are opposed to fireworks stands, including permanent fixed buildings.
We
Okay?
were
What else are
told,
you in opposition
yes,
to?
we were told the objective was change the firework ordinance and then ban the tents where you can have buildings. I just want to make sure you understand, when you get buildings, you're getting trailers, you're getting RV trailers, you're getting warehouses. It's not just a retail situation.
And then you're going to have a building that's going to be empty the majority of the year with no tax revenue to your city.
Twice a year, you're going to get an empty, a vacant building.
With explosives stacked to the ceiling, which is a fire hazard. And if there should be an accident, the city will be liable if your building.
Most
codes are not
places,
strong enough.
like in Florida, that has these buildings, they have substantially increased their building codes because it is a big fire load. It's not like a regular building being built.
Okay. We understand. Thank y'all.
And I would suggest if you wanted to make a change, any change at all to the ordinance, that our 250th anniversary is coming up.
Let's celebrate that. Let's not
Limit to one day of your people celebrating, the citizens, and not having $1,000 fine for them to celebrate if it's more than
You
one
was talking
day.
about being in touch with the citizen. That is the biggest thing that we get. We can only celebrate one day. We can only celebrate 2 days. You know, our 250th anniversary is coming up. Let's celebrate that.
All right. Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, might I have a minute to address the board?
Well, Mr. Deaton, are you in opposition to this proposed?
No, sir, but
That's
you
the
asked
point, that's the point of the public hearing.
if you'd ask anybody when they were, that your first question was anybody here to speak up for?
That's
And
right.
because nobody had opposed it, I didn't think I needed to stand up and speak up. So I'd like an opportunity to speak in support of.
All right, Mr. Deaton.
I have looked at the ordinance, studied it. And for those of you that I haven't met before, my name is Joe Deaton. I represent Robbie's Fireworks. I was here the last time we had the public discussion concerning the fireworks ordinance that ultimately resulted in the ban of fireworks. Mr. Jones and his wife stood up here and told y'all and discussed with y'all their opposition to the possibility of permanent buildings being used for the retail sale of fireworks. Mr. Jones been in the fireworks business, I think he said 30 years. Well, I've represented folks in the fireworks business for 35 years. And everywhere that we have been, most municipalities like the idea that we put in a building and have approved or putting in a building. Byram has, Pearl has, Brandon has. All of those buildings are there. In fact, there's 2 of them down past the prison, just at Pearl, Mississippi, within probably 1,000 feet, 1,500 feet of each other. Those buildings, some of them have been there at least since Katrina. Ever how long ago that's been, 20 plus years. None of those buildings have ever had the issue that Mr. Jones talks about. I mean, they're there. They generate ad valorem tax by virtue of being there. They generate sales tax pretty significantly because they operate twice a year in a retail sale. The definition as it stands and as it's been proposed is a permanent building or temporary structure, tent, or similar facility. That's the definition, and most every other ordinance that I have had connection with. We, of course, support that definition and would urge this board to accept that definition and modify your ordinances accordingly. To address the Jones's point regarding the number of days for sale, I also read through the ordinance. The first time I had a chance to read through it was today, because today was the first day I got a copy of it. And if you look through the ordinance, the first thing you look at is.
Let me interrupt you, Mr. D. The proposed amendment does not address the days upon which it can be sold.
No, there's two different actions. The first action that you've already approved is the standalone fireworks ordinance, which does contain the 3 dates within it. What the public hearing is about now is whether or not your zoning ordinance.
That's already been adopted and passed by the board, so let's stick to this.
Understand, just want to point out there is an inherent conflict in your ordinance. You say dates of sale shall be reflective of state law, and this has the old dates in it. That's a statute that says fireworks can only be sold from June 15th to July 5 has been changed. And I just wanted to put that before the board, because it says in one place you can only have permitted holidays for the shooting of fireworks. That's one thing, but the sale of fireworks is different. If you look at the current state statute and you look at the dates in here, and I just wanted to point out, I'm sure that's just an oversight, but it would lead to an inherent conflict if somebody subsequently tried to enforce it's inherently contradictory.
Okay, thank you.
So I just wanted to bring that up.
All right, everybody understands then the proposed amendment to the zoning ordinance. Any questions or comments about the 2 proposed amendments?
And Mr. Mayor, I just would verify with the city clerk that publication has been achieved 15 days before tonight's hearing, and whether or not her office received any opposition by email or support thereof that it be included in the record.
We received one email asking if it was going to be taken up tonight, and I responded to it.
Okay, thank you.
And we do have proof of publication.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it still, does the board still have to, is it still conditional use if they set up a tent and everything like that?
The ordinance also not the zoning ordinance, but the other ordinance also does not allow any fireworks sales in a place of business or in a parking lot of business. It's not primarily for the sale of fireworks.
All right, is there a motion then to adopt?
Well, I just want to say one more thing, Mayor, if I could.
Yes, sir.
Well, just like I said before, I mean, obviously, some people, I don't know if everybody on this board has talked to citizens or not. Hopefully y'all did, and don't just make decisions on your own, but, you know, the people I spoke to don't want to see tents. They sure don't want to see a building, that looks like this in Gluckstadt. You can hear that right now. And, I hope that all the citizens, anybody who's watching out there and other ones, I'm gonna make sure that we reach out to all of our aldermen and alderwomen about this, because that's, yeah, I just can't, I strongly oppose that.
Well, I don't think this would ever pass anyway.
Yeah. Not the city.
Well,
And it's hard to argue with someone if we're allowed to shoot fireworks, but we can't sell fireworks.
well, no, there's 2 truths. You can shoot fireworks. The courts have determined we can allow people to shoot fireworks. The courts have determined we can allow them not to sell them.
But as a city, why don't we collect the taxes during that time?
It's very minute for what it looks.
Sir, that's not the way we do business here, okay? Everybody respects each other, and we talk, you had your chance, okay? Go ahead.
Oh, no, I mean,
No, I mean,
One at a time.
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely see your point, but to that point,
it's already been said that we don't have to allow the sale of fireworks, and we can allow the shooting of fireworks. I mean, I grew up in Tinsall Parish. We didn't sell fireworks out there, but we sure shot them. You know, so.
Yeah, you got pump sunshine down in Tinsall Parish.
But anyway, like I said, this does not fly, and I can imagine any citizen that lives in Gluckstadt would go for this, or anything even close to this. And if they did, I hope they get out and vote in 3 years.
All right, so look, as it stands now, the board has passed an amended fireworks ordinance to allow them to be sold in the city. Right? So we have now, I guess we're past that. The question is, in looking at this proposed amendment to the zoning ordinance, we have a definition of fireworks stand and all that it includes, and we have making it part of a conditional use
within that zone.
So those are the two issues that we have before you. If I understand, if you were opposed to the sale of fireworks in any respect, you're going to be likely opposed now to this proposed amendment to the zoning ordinance. But that notwithstanding, I guess I'll just ask, is there a motion to adopt the proposed amendment to the zoning ordinance as published here? Or do you guys want to make some change to it? If we make a change to it.
No, you're not married to what you noticed. If, based on the input that you receive in the public hearing, if you want to modify it, the only thing is, state law does require ordinances to be reduced to writing before they are approved. So Mr. Giddy, perhaps if y'all want to write something in and then we can formalize it on the computer tomorrow.
So what we're talking about now is the definition of fireworks stand, as I see it. That's where the real issue here is with this proposed amendment to the zoning ordinance. Is there a motion to adopt it as written?
Motion.
Right. Mr. Taylor made a motion to adopt it as written. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, Mr. Williams seconded. Any other motions?
So I'd like to make a motion that we, allow the building, I mean, if we're gonna do tent stuff, they're here and they're gone, but I don't want to have any form for these folks to come in and try to build a building.
Okay, so as I appreciate.
And strike the building from it.
So let me see if I can do this here on the fly. We would just strike the words in the definition, permanent building or, and it would just read a temporary structure, tent, or similar facility.
Yes, sir.
Does that accomplish, Mr. Scanlon?
Yes, sir. That's exactly what I was going to suggest.
Okay.
So we're only talking about just the definition.
That's right. We're talking about, and Mr. Powell has made a motion then to adopt the proposed amended zoning ordinance with that strike of the words permanent building or from the fireworks stand definition. Is there a second of Mr. Powell's motion?
I can second that.
Mr. Taylor seconds that motion. Any other motions? All right, let's take the second one first. Mr. Powell's motion, Mr. Taylor seconded the striking of the words permanent building or from the proposed fireworks stand definition. Mr. Powell made the motion, Mr. Taylor seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, I have that carrying 5-0. I think that moots the first motion that Mr. Taylor made. So we'll move on then from that. All right, thank you. All right, item 7B is the proposed sign ordinance and sign ordinance amendment. Proposed sign regulations. If you remember, had the very nice lady, Miss Elizabeth from Bloom Floral, came and was concerned about the fact that we had asked her to remove a temporary sign that our prior regulations did not allow. These proposed amendments will allow temporary signs as set forth in section 2. They all appear to be reasonable to me, and I think that they would achieve what we're trying to accomplish in terms of trying to make sure our businesses and signage is up to speed. Y'all are good. Thank y'all. And we circulated these to Miss Elizabeth at Bloom today. She was very, very thankful of our efforts to at least bring this matter to the board. Any discussion on the proposed amendment? Is there a motion then to adopt these proposed amendments to the sign ordinance? Is that Ms. Campbell? Is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Bates seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? Thank y'all for doing that. That's the way this all is supposed to work. I had a problem and we fixed it. And it's a good solution. So thank you all for doing that for us. All right. Ms. City Clerk, item number 8.
Good evening, board. So I just have a general update. Really, it's end of year. That's what we're in the middle of right now. 1099s, W-2s, reporting to the state. So that's what is taking up a good amount of our time this week. But that's really all I have for updates right now, other than grants. So.
All right. Any questions of Ms. Kellum about her just general update? All right, monthly privilege license report. Any questions of Mr. Law about that? All right, everybody wants to get to the grant subject. Do you have anything at all of substance to report about grant?
Yes, I do. If you can turn your attention to my grant report. Item number, 7. The Mississippi Outdoor Stewardship Trust Fund Award. And I would like to call up Chris Buckner and Amber Trotter. Please humor me. These two folks behind me are absolutely responsible for getting this $1.5 million grant for the city of. To start on a project that I know has been long anticipated for everyone here, the board, the community, mayor, our park, and it makes me very emotional because this is a big day for me too. I've been here 5 years. This is the highlight of my career. So I just wanted to say that Amber and Chris, they did all the legwork on this. They pulled the stats, they pulled the survey responses, put together the application. All I did was help polish it a little bit. So these two right here are the real MVPs, and we should be so proud to call them our staff members. And I'm just very, very proud of both of you guys. I'm very happy because this is Chris's labor of love, and it's a big deal. It's a huge day for Gluckstadt, and so I hope everybody is celebrating this win for us today. So I want to thank the Outdoor Stewardship Representative Jonathan McMillan, Walter Michelle, Mayor Board, all of you have been instrumental in getting this. And so it's a big win. So thank y'all. And please thank Chris and Amber.
Hey, Chris, we got a lot to go. We're going to work.
Isn't that the only one on the west side of the interstate?
Yeah.
We're the first ones to have one on the west side.
Yeah, so this is a big need for Gluckstadt.
Yeah.
And we're excited to get started.
Yes.
Chris, do you want to say anything else?
I just appreciate it. We got a lot of letters of support from the community, from the homeowner associations. Ms. Wise
Business
wrote one for us, and we appreciate that. Business owners, we got a lot of support from the community on this as well. So a lot goes to them for showing us support and getting us here. So we appreciate it.
The Madison Mamas Facebook group will be happy. And I do want to mention our match. We did have a match of 170 on it. So if you would, please make a motion to officially accept this and authorize the mayor to sign it for me. I'll make the motion.
Ms. Bates made a motion. Ms. Campbell seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you, guys. I'm gonna tell you what, I don't want to give any more credit to one person, because all of you worked so diligently on this. But when Chris Buckner makes up his mind that something's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And that's just the truth. And, he was like a bulldog, never let go. And, great work.
Even though he's a gator, we're not.
Yeah.
Okay, so I also want to turn your attention to number 8. We were awarded $20,000 from the Mississippi Humanities Council for a documentary. To my knowledge, this is the first documentary that the Humanities Council has awarded. So the budget total is $40,000 because it is a 50-50 match. But we're anxious to get started on a documentary on the history of Gluckstadt through incorporation and today. So I wanted to turn your attention to that. And please, if you will accept this and allow me to sign the paperwork, we will get started next week on that.
That's item 8H.
Yes.
There a motion then to accept that grant.
Make that motion, sir.
Howell made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Williams seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right.
I apologize, Mayor, I'm kind of jumping around.
Yeah, you are, but that's okay. 8D. 8D.
I'm going off in my
Because
report.
we have sweats over here. 8D.
Yes, so on 8D, we are going to re-up for the traffic grant. It is due by January 30th, and I've met with the police department. We're going to ask for the exact same amount last year, which is number 2, I believe, on your report, for $39,999 to include 2 radar. A note on that one, we are asking for a mod on this year's grant to exchange handheld radar for car radar. And I'm working with the program director currently to try to work that out for the police department. So they'll be asking for the same thing next year. I just need authorization to apply for it. And there's no match to this one.
Is there a motion authorizing us to apply for that grant?
I'll make the motion.
Mr. Williams made a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Campbell seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that's item 8D. Item 8E, Ms. Kellum wanted to table.
Yes, actually, we want to remove it. I've worked with the police department and had a meeting with them on Monday. We're going to wait on this grant. This is really a safety grant for fatalities, and there's a lot of statistics that go into it. And it's really meant for larger cities. So we're going to probably hold off and look at it in a couple years. So just remove it completely.
All right, item 8F.
Yes, so this one is the authorization. We finally got the documentation for the Health Council. Ms. Sheila Span was here earlier. She'll be heading it up, and we're having our first meeting on this Friday. So I was requesting authorization to accept the award for $6,000 and to go ahead and proceed with signing the MOU.
All right, is there a motion to authorize us to apply for this grant?
I'm sorry, y'all are in Homeland Security. I skipped y'all again, I'm sorry. Homeland Security, it's the same cybersecurity grant that we have currently. We're just asking to reapply. That one is due February 27th.
All right, is there a motion to authorize us to apply for the Homeland Security grant?
Motion.
Ms. Bates made the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Taylor seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 8G.
Now I'm requesting for the Health Council if we could accept the grant of $6,000 and approve the MOU.
Is there a motion to allow us to accept the Mayor Health Council grant?
Make that motion, sir.
Mr. Powell made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Taylor seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
And we did already get a board adoption for the America 250 grant and the documentary, so we can skip that one. So the last item is the Mississippi State Employees Paid for Rental Leave Act. I just wanted to bring this to your attention. This is something that was passed last session for state employees only. This allows essentially for 6 weeks of paid leave for a parental caregiver, such as a pregnant mom or dad that needs to be off or have paternity leave or maternity leave, either one. And so right now, our policy allows for 12 weeks of FMLA that goes unpaid, and employees can use their PTO time, for the duration, and then it'll go into unpaid once they've used up all of their PTO. But it does guarantee job security, and that's currently what our policy says. This bill only extends to state employees. It does not extend to subsidiaries of the state, such as the municipalities and counties at this point, from what I understand from our employment lawyer. So I wanted this to kind of be on y'all's radar, and to decide if y'all would like to offer something similar, or maybe, table it for now, kind of think about it and bring it back up in February.
Okay, so the issue is whether or not we want to afford some paid parental leave.
Yes.
Similar to what the state has done for state employees.
Correct, up to 6 weeks, or we could amend that to be whatever, the board sees fit.
Is that after PTO is used?
No, so it runs concurrent with FMLA, so, they would get the initial 6 weeks paid for, then they would use their PTO.
Have y'all done any research on like the cost of the city?
Yeah, it's, with our city, we have a very small city, so I think it would probably be a pretty rare instance. We haven't done a whole lot of research with, other cities and kind of how it affects them, but I'm happy to, work on that. This is just something that may be an extra, incentive for recruitment, especially with PERS coming down the line March 1st. We're kind of thinking about different ideas to help our employees out. But, we have about 50 employees now, and we haven't faced this issue yet, but I'm sure it's coming, so.
All right, any discussion, any motions want to be made?
Has MML taken a stand on this?
Not to my knowledge, but I'll be there tomorrow, so I will ask.
I just like to see a table maybe for the next board meeting, so do a little more research on it, get some numbers, and then we can have some discussion on it.
All right, so I'll take that. Mr. Powell is making a motion to table, and I think Ms. Bates seconded that motion. All in favor of tabling it until the next meeting?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay,
Thank you.
Mr. McCollum?
I'm gonna let Mr. Dearman take this.
Here.
Best way to do it is jump on in. Well, first I want to say to the board and Mr. Mayor, I appreciate this opportunity, and I look forward to meeting all you and getting to know you and helping everybody build this city. I'm really looking forward to it. I also want to thank Lindsay and Scott and Chastity and Janet, and especially Mike and Chris and Amber and Miss Bridget, who's not here, also for welcoming me in and getting me going. So I got a lot to learn. I might have to refer to Mike here a little bit, but anyway, so we start off with the update for Planning and Zoning Commission. They did meet on December 23rd, had 2 items to discuss. One was a conditional use permit for a food truck, and another was a sign variance. Both passed through the board with all members present. To see, the building department issued 17 permits, totaling $42,760,000 for that month. And also I was able to attend my first architectural board meeting on the 6th. We had good discussion. We're still trying to develop standards. And my first response is a newcomer. I think it's going to be a really good addition to the city because there's some good people on the board, and we all want to see the city look good too. So we're still growing there, working with Chris Watson, city planner too, and we're trying to set up a special call meeting on the 20th to try to speed things up as well. So the meetings are included in here from the last board meeting, as well as the permit log for the permits we issued. And that's it for the update there.
Any questions of Mr. Dearman about his general update? All right.
Okay. Our first approved item from the board was a conditional use permit for a food truck over at 547 Church Road. That's the Magnolia Commons over there. He has paid his permit, as well as he has an agreement from the landowner to serve this. And right now, if you go, right now they're talking about putting the truck at the far northeast side of the building, so back behind it, kind of out of the way there. But it did pass through the board, and I do recommend approving this. So,
All right, any questions, comments, or discussions?
I think Mr. Roman, are you here? Or
Yes.
is Mr. Roman is here. If anybody has any questions for
Anybody
him.
have any questions?
What kind of food truck is
It's a coffee trailer. Yeah, it's a brand new custom coffee trailer, beautiful looking structure, but it's not permanent. So we would park it wherever you allow us to. I mean, we initially talked about parking it in the front. But like I said, whatever the board, approves, we'll go with that.
Any questions? There's an order approving and granting the conditional use. And in your material, there is an order denying it.
I make a motion to approve it. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say that the order does contain the condition that the food truck be located in the rear of the building. So if that's something that, that's just the recommendation from the planning and zoning board. So that order does include that.
Now listen.
If I may, I'm Danny Bolaños, I own the building. I would like for him to be able to park, also on the, I guess that would be the west side of the building. Just so that the traffic going through, Church Road can see it. If he's behind the building, that'll be very useful for when we have events in the back pickleball courts. But if we have, him in the corner, kind of closest to Cameron Hartley, so that traffic can also stop by and take advantage of that. Personally know him, very organized, detail oriented, and I wouldn't allow him to put that coffee truck in my brand new building if I knew he was gonna be a deterrent factor for over 250 members that we have at Magnolia. So I just want to make that comment, and for your consideration, if it's possible. Thank you.
All right, any questions, comments? Thank you, sir. Any questions, comments?
I'd like to move it to the front, as Danny said.
Can we make that, like, approve it with the change?
Y'all set the conditions on it from the conditional use. That was the recommendation of the zoning board. Y'all are free to remove that condition if you want.
Mr. Giddy, Mr. Giddy, would you direct me to where in this ordinance requires it to be parked at the northeast corner?
I believe it's section 10 or 11, number paragraph 10 or 11. Mayor, it has a conditional use.
Must be located in the rear parking lot behind the existing building. So we want to change that language to what?
To the west side of the building? Is that
Correct.
Yes.
So if it's limited to the west side of the building, is that acceptable to you guys?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so it would say the amended conditional use permit would say the food truck must be located on the west side of the existing building?
That's right.
The west end of the parking lot?
Zach, what do you suggest we put?
Whatever side of the building that you want it to be located on.
On the west side of the building, is that sufficient enough, or does it need to incorporate parking lot language?
Can we leave it open? I mean, if we have an event in the back courts,
Move it to the
which are behind the building, I would like for him to be able to park, in the very
So
back.
you want the either or?
I would, yes.
Okay, so what you want it to say,
You could just remove, I think you could just remove that condition in its entirety, Mayor, and then that would
strike
allow him-
paragraph 11?
and that would allow him to park it
On that property.
wherever he wants.
All right.
But I don't know if that's what you want to do.
On that property.
Yeah, just on that property only, but that would allow him to park it in whatever.
So you would then have the leeway to park that truck anywhere on your property?
Correct.
Yes, sir.
That's the motion that's being made, Mr. Powell?
Yes, sir. I'll make a
Second.
Mr. Taylor seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, motion carries. If you haven't been over there to see that pickleball facility, you ought to go. It's unbelievable. It's a great place. I know how hard you worked to get it built under some tough times. So congratulations, this is a great place.
We got 50 people playing right now.
That's awesome. You better go sell them some coffee.
We offer decaf.
Hey, Mayor,
Yes, sir.
y'all still need to come in and get your food truck from you.
Can't get over on McCullough.
We gotta learn that.
All right, so that takes care of item 9B. Now we're talking about a sign variance for Mitchell Signs, very
Yes.
small variance.
Yes, that's correct. So essentially, the Bank of Commerce building over there on Calhoun Parkway, they, kind of made some measurements and didn't realize they had a 30-foot square footage, allowance for that sign, and they had already made the sign. So they're able to adjust the sign, taking the B off and try to get it closer to the 30-foot. And what they were able to come up with is essentially 1.72 square feet above the square footage allowance. So Mr. Patrick's here with the church, with the bank, but it did pass through the board, and I recommend approval on this sign variance. Yes.
All right, any questions on the requested sign variance for Mitchell Signs?
I'm confused. So this green B thing is being just removed?
Do you have images of?
Yeah, it's got to be scrolling down a little
Scroll
bit.
down.
There's a few more. So essentially the B is the big logo is
You
coming.
see, if you can turn that, you see our door. That's her storefront. So if you drew a line right down there, you would see the F and the ER, CE is over her storefront. So she does not want that over her storefront. So
That's not yours then. Whose storefront is
that's
that?
Pilates, body and soul.
It's the window on the right.
Oh.
The
okay.
building, the
Okay.
design of the building is a little bizarre with her having put the units, 4 units, and then the little sliver in the middle, which is kind of caused that. But I mean, we're happy with moving it to the left. It doesn't, if you show the other image. I mean, we'll work with that, and we'll put the B inside the office and illuminate it.
So I had to ask, is she gonna move her sign over?
Well, you have to ask her. I mean, I have no idea. She's got a lot of, she's very concerned about it though. But I mean, we're fine with working around her. I mean, I believe in her lease. There's probably language that says something referencing the storefront signage, I would think.
Is there a picture of the entire building? Anywhere?
But this proposed here has Bank of Commerce just over your
Door
parcel.
and the windows. to the left.
Right, it's moved far enough left, so it's
Right.
not encroaching
Okay.
upon her storefront at all.
So when you go into your door, you can't go right. That's her space.
Well, I even got my planters out front moved to the left because I didn't want to have them in front of her.
Friend of mine,
Yeah.
serious. All right,
But we've got a grand opening on February 11th. We're fine with that. We don't think it looks appealing for the city, but I mean, if that's the way we gotta go, that's what we'll do.
I don't blame her for not wanting your sign or her business.
What would you prefer?
I mean, obviously, we would prefer the original.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it just looks better.
because if you look at the building, he's center.
Right.
And he's like the main one. So if he does what she's asking, it's gonna be catty corner, like
And
it's gonna be off balance.
It's gonna look awkward,
It's not gonna look good.
but hey,
She can't move hers over, because you see the building right there. Well, they're not gonna do that, because then Hot Works would be off also. I say leave it the original way. I make a motion to leave it the original way.
you would have a larger variance.
Well, you'd have to have a sign regulation.
Okay, well,
What if you kept
Because the way it's calculated is you actually have, we measure the building front footage We multiply it times 1.5, and that's the maximum square footage that you can have. So if you move that over, you're getting into somebody else's space, and that's not his frontage. So he can't increase the size of the sign regardless of the way the real ordinance is written. And he's got a little bit of small variance on this one, which typically when you ask for variances, you want it to be the least variance you can have come up with or still comply with everything else.
I think we should make an exception for the way the building is on the inside and the way it looks.
It's not typical, I can tell you.
Oh, I know it's not typical, but I mean, I'm just sitting here looking at the buildings and they're all spaced out perfectly right now.
All right, so let me make sure I articulate where we are.
You can't, I mean, that sign broke at least $8,000. They haven't put theirs up yet.
Yeah, when we originally went and had provincial signs coming there to put up our sign, they were like, look, we can't put up this sign. There's an issue here. She came out. So, I mean, we'll see if we get this variance. They're supposed to come in and install it tomorrow. And I mentioned all these signs about the way it looks in the planning and zoning committee, and there was, really no other option.
It won't be centered on the building.
So Mike, is there on the signage ordinance
I
or?
understand, but I kind of think, I mean, before the board right now is a request for that variance. That's what's before the board. So, question is, Mr. Taylor makes Mr. Powell makes a motion to grant that variance as requested. Is there a second? Second. Mr. Taylor seconded. All in favor? Any opposed?
Opposed.
All right, so that carries. Do I have it right, 4-1? I guess.
Yes, sorry.
Okay. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you,
Can I say
sir.
one thing for?
Yes.
Would you mind at the architectural meeting? I know I attended the last one and kind of spoke up a little bit about looking at Gluckstadt, Germany. Obviously, it's our sister city, only 2 Gluckstadts. But also look at Helen, Georgia, because after that meeting, I spoke with some other citizens and we want a German look.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for. We want to keep that identity.
We're in the process of creating that agenda too, so.
Yeah, so if they can look at Helen, Georgia, and like I say, Gluckstadt, Germany, and some sites like that, because they have some pretty cool architecture in the buildings and everything. So,
We'll get it added to the topic.
Can I say one thing too while we're on the architectural committee? At some point in time, we would like to have a work session with y'all after we kind of get the 90% solution. To where, we don't want to just approach it in an open board meeting, and we want to take some time and we're focused in on that. So Mayor, I'll contact you about this.
All right, Mr. Bucket, thank you, Mr. Dearman, good job.
Good evening. Before y'all's a request for approval for a congestion mitigation project application. This will be through CMPDD. It's another MPO transportation grant. We are looking to do some improvements to the intersection at Dees Way and Calvin Station Parkway at Gluckstadt Road. The grand scheme of this is to increase both right turn lanes to give true established turn lanes and extend the one on Calvin Station Parkway to meet up with the acceleration lane that comes off of Church Road. So basically, that acceleration lane will go all the way through the right turn lane, the yield lane, getting on the Gluckstadt Road, hoping to kind of keep people from having to come in to go back out type deal. There is enough right away in there to do that, and we'll probably have to get a little bit on the other side, but all that's accounted for in the estimates for those grants.
I'll make that motion, sir.
All right, Mr. Powell made a motion. Is there a second? Second. Mr. Williams seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, you want to authorize us to authorize you to advertise for term bids.
Yes, it's time for us to do our second half of the year, the last 6 months term bid for asphalt. So,
Is there a motion to authorize advertising for term bids? Ms. Bates made the motion. Is there a second? Ms. Campbell seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Mr. Buckner.
thank you.
Chief Hale.
Good evening, everybody. My general update, we had 200 tickets, 15 arrests, 8 of those are misdemeanors, 3 are felonies, 3 DUIs. We worked 33 accidents. The building, of course, we're had a couple issues with the building that the mayor knows about, so we're working through that right now. And thanks to Chris for helping us out. They're putting the concrete in the ditch is pretty much almost done now. They got, I think, most of it done, the outer sides of it today. So that's looking real good. So everything's coming along with the building. Training, we're at the fire range this week, Tuesday and Thursday. So any questions on that? That's my update, guys.
Any questions of Chief Hale?
I do. I guess I'll topic from that, but, I know, we're trying to get some police officers in here and everything. I'd like to request from Chief Hale, if I could, kind of a pay scale from where our officers are right now, versus some of the surrounding areas. And then also what he feels like, or where he feels like we should be with our pay scale for officers. So I don't know if maybe that's something we can have for the next board meeting to discuss.
Yes, sir.
And then, do we have any updates on Chief Sladen's truck for the SUVs?
You know, I'm gonna let Chief Slavin. It seems like every time I ask him, it gets worse. It's like he gets set back and says.
Okay, but not yet.
Yeah, we're still working on it. Hopefully soon. You know, we're excited about that and getting everything straightened out. Since we've already spent that money here, so.
Thank you.
Yeah, any other questions?
All right, thank you, Chief. You want to hire a part-time dispatcher and or part-time police officer?
Yeah, what this is, and I hope I worded it right and I can explain it to y'all right now. We've got part-time officers right now. We actually have one opening, but we want to get it to where we can do and or. We don't have a spot for part-time dispatcher. So we want to do it on a needed basis. Like, say, if we need a part-time dispatcher more than we need an officer, we can go ahead and hire a part-time. And vice versa, if it comes to where we need another part-time officer versus a dispatcher, we can do that.
And so you want to advertise for this? Is that what you want to do or what?
No, we just want to get it to where we can do either or. Right now, we were only approved to hire part-time officers, not dispatchers.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get it approved to where we can hire officer or part-time.
But you have a proposed candidate that
Yes,
you want to hire?
we have that. We have one for a full-time dispatcher and a part-time dispatcher.
Okay, and we're going to deal with that in executive session?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll just deal with it in executive session?
Yes, I just wanted to see if you make sure we can do either or instead of having.
All right, we'll deal with it in executive session.
Thank you.
I like a good plan.
If I may, and talk about the police station reminded me, we will be doing that ribbon cutting for the bench. I was gonna let everybody know. I believe that's January 28th. That we'll be doing that. We had a bench that got donated to us and built by an Eagle Scout. So we did some landscaping in front of PD, and that will be displayed for him at the entrance of PD if everybody wants to come and see that.
What time?
4 o'clock. Or 4:15.
And he done a good job on the bench. And thank you to Chris Buckner and his guys for doing a good job with the landscape. That piece of area out there with this mulch is totally different now if you haven't seen it.
All right, item 12 is public comment. Those who have signed the public comment have already spoken. There's nobody else to speak. So we do need to go into executive session. So is there a motion for us to enter into closed session for that purpose? Ms. Campbell made the motion. Is there a second? Mr. Williams, second. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, we're in closed session.